former finance minister and the treasurer of UDP, Alagie Amadou Sane, the youth president, Alagie Suwareh, and our distinguished guests, headed by Alagie Suwareh. We welcome you to this important meeting at the party leader's office, Pipeline. It's a very important meeting, and we have the singular honor to welcome you and your team for seeing the truth, for readying to rescue this country. First, we had it as a rumor, or we thought it was just a verbal endorsement. But today, we witness a milestone in the history of our party to come and endorse Alagie Ousainou Darboe as the flag bearer of United Democratic Party 2026 presidential election of the Gambia. And I hope others will follow suit. But without wasting much time, I want to give the youth president an opportunity to give remarks. I just want.
Thank you so very much, the National Organizing Secretary, who double as the MP for Central Badebo, Honourable Suleiman Saho, Your Excellency, the party leader, and the former finance minister, double as the National Treasurer for the United Democratic Party. On behalf of the entire UDP executives, we thank you, Honourable Alagie Suwareh, with your entire members or membership for taking this opportunity to come and grace an occasion or come and endorse a party like the United Democratic Party on the principles of good governance and the policy alignment that you have, check up upon yourself to know UDP is the party to be endorsing for these upcoming presidential elections. So he said I should be giving a remark, but instead of a remark, it's to moderate the program and give an opportunity to you and your team to show us the reasons exactly for coming to endorse the United Democratic Party. First of all, we would like to have an introduction from your side for us to be able to know exactly your team that is participating here or attending this important occasion. So, Honourable Alagie, thank you very much. We are glad and definitely appreciate this step that you have taken. Before we waste more time, we would like to hand over the mic to your team to introduce themselves. Then from there, we start the conversation proper. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, Honourable Lawyer Ousainou Darboe, members of High Table like Honourable Ahmed Sane, National Organization's President, Honourable Suleiman Saho, Youth President, Honourable Alagie Suwareh, my Honourable Delegates, distinguished guests, concerned journalists, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Before going any further, I would like to introduce my delegates to you one by one. Let me start from our elder, is Musa Shidibe. We live together in Sukuta. He's an elderly person in Sukuta who has a vocal party. Followed by him is another elder person, Malamin Songo, also live in Sukuta. Next to me is Mr. Sidat Suso from Badib Saba. Just on my left side, our lady is also a vocal person. Somebody live in Bundung by the name Fatmata Kamara. Is a vocal person in Bundung. On my side there, he's Kairaba Suwareh, also from Badib Saba. behind me, Mr. Lamin Kebojang also live in Sukuta. And other side there, you can start from Ibrahim Suwareh, is my elder brother's son. Next to him, Amadou Adama Keita from Shinjukunda, or maybe in Kudang. He's Mr. Muhammad Wali from Bansang, Basi. Next to him is Mr. Sleman Toure from Badib Gunjur. Okay. So, before I proceed anywhere, I think it's deemed necessary to have a comment or some comment about Honorable Sleman Saho. Sleman is a catalyst which has magnetic forces to attract people towards UDP. With regards to national interest, Sleman did a lot of efforts and negotiations to ensure that Alagie Suwareh dropped his political ambitions as a political party. A lot of efforts were being made by him, and finally, he was succeeded to win me. So that's a great win. It's a great win and a great victory for UDP and the nation at large. I thank you very much for that process. Well, back to the story. Fellow Gambians, the nation was messed under the dictatorship 1996. Everybody, we were all aware of that. Based on philosophical aspirations and brilliant calculation, UDP erupted a mission to ensure that democracy is restored in this country. They risked their lives to face the challenges of torture to death. They risked their lives to face the challenges of maltreatments and the tortures in the prisons. They risked their lives to ensure that they were arrested and humiliated publicly or even in front of their family members. They risked their lives to become refugees in foreign countries. UDP spent their money and properties to ensure that the mission was accomplished. Finally, UDP restored democracy in the Gambia 2016. Yes, hazards of dictatorship affected so many people or so many other Gambians along the way. That's true. But UDP was the root cause and the founding father of restoring cis democracy in the Gambia 2016. So they need to be compensated. They need to be compensated by the Gambians. They did a great job for the Gambians. For that being the case, they need to be compensated. I repeat. Again, the nation is in a mess under the umbrella of, democratic umbrella, thereby facing challenges of economic crisis every day. But the laconic story here is our president stands strongly on the economic crisis to impoverish the nation and injected every citizen with poverty. By doing so, he stands at the best opportunity to offer the victims with invaluable amount of money and get their votes. This destroys our nation and the futures of generations to come. It destroys our nation and the futures of generations to come. Because why? People were voting, or they are voting without calculating to develop the nation. They vote against their wills. The only solution to this is to get the economical independence of our nation. Hope everybody understands that. By getting the economical of our nation, independent of our nation, that will solve the problem. But how do we get the economical independence of our nation? The first apparatus we require to get the economical independence of our nation is unification and collective efforts. That's the first tool we use to ensure that the economical independence is really established in the Gambia. Beyond that, we require to produce tangible theoretical plans for the process, and not mere political talks. Therefore, I humbly investigated to diagnose the problems and solution to the problems in the Gambia. Excuse me, please. I humbly diagnosed to, know the problems and solution to the problems in the Gambia. Eventually, I produced this book as the solution. Probably, I'm going to leave everything here today. Getting this book is a great victory for the whole nation, because I believe that this book is the solution to all the problems in the country here. Based on these facts, I rejected the notion that Gambia is a poor country. And based on the same reason, I rejected the notion that Gambia is a tax-based country. I don't believe it. Yes, a lot of problems were discovered during the investigation. But 6 major ones have been identified as our targets to get the economical independence of the Gambia and develop the nation progressively. From this book, we identified the appropriate methods and procedures to ensure that in the Gambia. From this book, methods and procedures have been identified to solidify our national economy, but not imposing high rate of tax on poor people as means of improving the economy. I repeat, appropriate methods and procedures have been identified in this book so that we can solidify our national economy rather than imposing high rate of tax on poor people as means of improving the economy. 3, appropriate methods and procedures have been identified to standardize free quality education in the Gambia and ensure that every Gambian is graduated with something to live on. Every Gambian must graduate with something to live on. 4, appropriate methods and procedures have been identified to produce Gambians as scientists, philosophers, creative thinkers who will have mandate to formulate and produce or manufacture prescribed medicines in Gambia. They will have mandate to process and produce types of agricultural products in the Gambia. They will have mandate to design and produce different types of domesticated materials in the Gambia, etc., etc. 5, appropriate methods and procedures have been identified to create job opportunities with attractive salaries or wages and retain Gambians to work in their home country. Finally, or the 6th one, there must be personal security and protection for everybody in the streets and even at homes. These are the facts. There are a lot of, but these are the major facts we have been identified as solutions. Fellow Gambians, economical independence is the quest and the most trouble of our nation. Certainly, this book serves as the solution. So, as a form of compensation, I'm here today, and I will humbly call on every Gambian, especially the political leaders, to join with me, please, and endorse UDP to lead the economic independence of our nation 2026. I repeat, based on the facts in this book, we should join together as Gambians and compensate UDP to lead this economical independence of a nation 2026. Fellow Gambians, 2026 is not a moment to love or hate UDP, but let me repeat this statement. It's not 2026 is not a moment to hate or love UDP. It is a moment to compensate UDP and get our economical independence. In addition to that, it is a moment to compensate UDP and emancipate the nation from hunger and poverty. Well, based on national interest, if there is anybody with better solution to these problems in the country than mine, you are welcome to challenge me and prove me wrong. If otherwise, any political ambitions against this will be a fake and a matter of deceiving Gambians. I repeat, based on national interest, if there is anybody with better solutions to the problems in the country, better than mine, you are humbly welcome to challenge me and prove me wrong. Otherwise, any political ambitions against this will be a fake and a matter of deceiving Gambians. I thank you all. Mbading Gambian Kolu, Mbe Honourable His Excellency Honourable Ousainou Darboe, Honourable Ahmad Sane, Darboe, Honourable Ola the Lion, Suleiman Saho, Darboe, the Deputy Secretary General, Aji Yam Secka, Zainabu Darboe, Forest Manager exactly, Darboe, Haji Suwareh, National Youth President, Honourable Honourable Lamin Darboe. Well, in Kameng Fojang, Suleiman Mujatol, Suleiman Saho, Lata Ko Jatolaman. UDP Abulamena, my mistake, I did another mistake. Because Suleiman Dunu Balatanta Kama, Braburna Kul Kalama. I have many efforts to try Kajoko, Membembulunga Jolong, Ulamuka Patio Law, Akonya Jolong Yana la UDP Kanga Banko Bonde. Adung Meta Kukarola Bari, Anaran Kanyela. Many Kanyo Manke ko UDP Damalam Bari Banko Bele Kanyeta. bayring Sulemani allo mune be mbulu badi wala ngabu ko le bondi bayring jani be courant o jarale kalo no folo mune mu courant o mune ya kos isna courant o jarano easily Sulemani brabo ran kalama ale ma ko ngani bondi le gambilo courant femfe nata be jang abenyu ko inshallah sha keno la banko jara pour que kuma su yanu dron so wala ne Sulemani an niyo belajo ko ngajolon adu sha ya fele ngajolon ne bin natle o idea femfe benda bulo adu hani memben sur le sama mbabe sama UDP kan a manke ko 2026 manke ko ka UDP kanu wala ka kon hani wonte UDP ni yolla jang kaje ko démocratie me ya tebulu banko be tarta deto men kono to le ya bonde alta kola ye ni yolla ye arrest ye bute ye ko be kela dol bota ye dimbal tu jang so finally nataje ko alhamdulillah be meñin no foya so de meda hade bari ya so dole bar sa e gambe mun ke to le biri o bek ku kendo jomu ku kendolte ishimo kombo nay ku kendo ke a mexo e fana ya jo ku kendo la kana a joani jawyala so ndenga je nyawnya nyama tonya londi no men ala dintel defana minala wala be ken defana jor ngodi UDP la ngaje ko be menno mo wala economical independence ngasure banku nga 2026 manke ko mbe election fayla pour UDP hani wonde de mba fayla pour banko le ngam fam bondi ala lon ko gambe man sol jawatal de gambe man sol yi ka mexole banko be foreandi ye foria dum banko ka banko be foria pour ñi ngamani election sida isi wil fula dila isi wil saba dila isi 5000 dila pour yela hajo ni dunya betinya janni be mo solo kodola kodo bonde mo be muna fala même bokle wala mo nengan fan soro comme ko ni foria bulo a fewol be mbul janna do ferol be mbul nsake no ka banko bonde mo be bo wala fisate be mol buda yemol batandi forani konkola election jure ta ye 5000 dila 10000 dila yete la dunya ni la yele dunya hajo be nyane dimbalde oto gambian ko pour nga kanaw ma al nga feroke be nga kafu UDP ma parti le be jang ndengan tajulo nyawnya nyama ifane tajulo be na la UDP ka ngaje ko bankoy bo banku do ko manke ko nyaadon ko bida simendi botol dunna amanke bida ri sewla kata sele tewla president barobe siri mana abe munela chafero le mudo anin commandant oto mosa no le membe ko lo ya Ousainou Darboe kafa ke bada nin data do ku kulun le bida dunu kulun sika kala kun do la kata sele tewle safa ke bada bar kasi miro moro mo buka ke bawla wota ferol membe UDP bulu ite be mesiri njana fero do be bula samana ay ke fula saba nani fo nga futa kemoto ay timma nga banko bon buto malla fi ko mo jam fandi bake a nyin kafo do atalem tonya bari kafu jamabe ko ma bayren ko mam pare folo bari Sulemani a meto no bakale so is just front ngaje ko dal at least ngaje ko nga kumana nga futa media don moli allo mun be caring bari nte sonta ko fero membe UDP bulo ninyin kafutema momo parete banko do ko nyenta la le kan nim fem fanne mansong kala UDP kan fero ferete bul fo ka fon danko do ngapati lo ngata mo le tre no malon ko be banko be torakan o tal nga banko al nga mbale fa banko e mbale fa fa nga banko bondi al nga la nyoka nga banko bondi ala baraka bal
Can I have that?
This one?
Yeah.
Gambia must get the economical independence. UDP risk their lives, so let's join to compensate them.
Thank you very much, Alagie Suwareh, Abaraka Bake, Mbadingole Albea Moile, Laftangina la Gambia Banko Kang, Dia Moy Kanyang, Actionole Sia, and Alaji mu funding chawalti, me along is action oriented, Jelako Londo member will proclaim Banko Bondi. Madam be John Locklem, or Najang be Kafunyoma, no theory Kafunyoma, neke into practical na Banko rescue. Kaya Fala Diamo Konanyaming, Yamanke UDP Kelote. Gambia is at a crossroad. Albeka Radio Lamole Lungolung, Batamen be caring, na nafulo be Tinyakan Silol Kuna Sira Kuruma de la Bankolka, Dada Loptano to Salkenye, Silfudibala Loptano to Ementolala, Silungo Bejita, Sanji Fuloman si Silungo Bejita. So ndola banko la nafulo be kasaraka. So woto Alaji na patiol alfal babe janne diaspora be janne Musa Jambe be janne ni masona ni na patiol alfalu na deputy party leader from Fotatama Mr. Lamir Mane mo bele do ko blaje pour kane welcome to UDP katandi la ko be kanyantal. So mbe menkela wala mu mbe na former finance minister Alhaji Amadou Sane a français remarque then deputy party leader.
Na party leader konto la deputy and na executive molbe Alagie Suwareh, assalamu alaikum and welcome. Ye menkiteng ye doku baleke Gambia ye ni manke fang la dokote ibake kambanko le inila nanyol be mbafla welcome ngamblodi nyola bankobe tembo mento amandu ko moma nga kata nga bondimbe dinko men kono lafta men nga ella kuma kangal yen kontan bake UDP in 96 e lota tunkung lekan pour Gambia dingle pour Gambia ye momo be Gambia ka bata bonkan ka dictatorship bonkan ka corruption of banko kan ka banko muta ka tilindi silala me alonko asimo be nafa UDP values le soto amanke patiti me alonko mbenna kunkili na fale nyenena ite o recognize le yalo UDP tata silo menna ye batal menke ye torol menke man torol men be lata ka bolla pirola ka bo soronla ka bo fala wol beketa moka ne atari wo beketa ni patio kan amanke because e laftay kunkili na falla ka bo patile dala katafo ala la supporter ibeba ke kan pour bankole so bi nite nata e kafuta molma mbe mbulodi nyola ngalon na bankobe alhalo mento lafta bondela e ye banko do ko bale keten en mbe jayla mbe tenkololo mbiri 1996 wo values men UDP ya muta e Alagie Ousainou Darboe ya muta abukata yafo bi nyinam sama dandanno kuno nyino isala diamol bejube sanji tan saba amanke moti menka filala diamol konon abukata yafo bi sama nyin because nga ko memuta anala no manual Aji Yam Secka nyol kanala executive ol numel be lota patiyoy mbe ku killing le muta ka Gambia bondi Gambia be alhalo mento nimbanku dingel mallo to babol te wala bantala yana bonde bulude adu wol keta Yaya Jammeh UDP lotale simflola ya kata eni mo kendol ya kata fo democracy sabatita nimbanko kam so nin democracy sabatita mobe keta fansun tati dia mobe sharing patiol be sharing jamani nata kununale ete yo kunun ne nati e hakilo tamandi ya lon ko men keta adun ka UDP support wo mu banku do quality imanna Alagie Ousainou support imanna Aji Yam Secka support o ya fo mo do support Suleiman Sa hani ibe bankole de makan bari UDP fanko no ngajele melle values muta birin kuno e bijele bi adu bijele sama fana bari alala daro modol ka sotole e nata hamme fengdole kama ni ma soto e bulo mallakan e kamuru ko male ko hani ntew data nyun ko kon wol manna banku do ko wol be nyi mun nañu na ayda place ñino o feññino e fansu nafa ko UDP ko manke woti nga memuta kunun wole be mbulu bi an wole be mbulu sama Gambia nga wole je mbe wole do ku kan e ko ke korda alfantan ha mosi sila wala dulala so nimbi Alagie Ousainou be UDP nyato e ko akeba yata alhamdulillah mo be kam ne doal alman solo sima yani njata kende so ni ala so sima ala ite ko hani bari alata be lolale alama solo sima ala alma solo jata kende katun keba akadulaje dindengel buka wojede nga Yaya Jammeh jamano jele muneketa anin juso anin kamfa anin konnante mol lapila mol fala be mol soron wo botaje mennata mbeye wo jele wala man sakunda be nyame batala batakan fo mintuma ngambia dengal silante nyaayel laba ngam fam bondi nyim bata kono adu mote bola banta yana bondin kande moti nalan fanle be wuranna na values muta nganna tunkungul muta ko foroya bijele banko mol ila mo kende ya bijele ilafta men na wolo ila sama ila dimbaya la sama banko ye faling abom dinko men ko no nga bondi je so political party dol mel be kere bisi hakilo tamandi ko ni kafuta molma amanke ko inata Ousainou le sembentu ya doron fen hani Ousainou mun tella do kulalti lafta men na sama Gambia ye fombesi bulano ma nga wo bondi nga sama so ni ndiamu jama be ko isilantale ko baroye menke Ousainou be wole kela e fulo bokalade momo yo ke e file tabaki because baroye menke molla mbe yajale tonya UDP le ya alondi UDP le ya kenda keta president jam bari moni jiko ha hani ding wati dol ding dol ka jika dota abokadi yede jiko mu fenneti dol bije kullolo abe mabori naman funti dol talon son teldung nga alata nga tambindi ko nabe do ko kela nga banko bondi baranata jiko menyitandina mawonillaje fereng melia sindi bi wole ma a jawoti ka tambi mo bela so nyim political party dol nsi la hedinina ko UDP onda Alagie Ousainou te kela ko baro be nyame ite muliala ite kilinna ntel bebe parerine ka banko bondi ado kulal be siare mol ni la londo ni la fanal beba kan ne UDP tamindi amunta ko be banku do ko wala e lafta banko lay bo bar ni fanal lafta lo lay killing ite ko be ngaba lay fan e damman doron ite le nyanta kela diya kuya ntel be ala taala be nakato kelale tumando be do ala sim fasa ase banko du UDP la comme 2026 so nin dol ba fala ko patiol be kanyantale ha fonga ke coalition noten ya long wati dol e ke fan nakarle e ka mira e ka modole nakare bi UDP le be parliament ado yata nya 14 seats nyombe mbulle for 15 chairmanol bembulu mayol bembulu councilol bembulu ni tel nata tel mahani kilin soto parliament e man kilin soto chairmanol kon dol mahani councilol soto ni ko itani UDP kanyanta muna womu fanna karolti e ma UDP nakar because ala mendi UDP la wo bembulle adabe mendi la nasama wo fanambe jikiren ko banko be tarla mol bulle 2026 so melbe coalition dadala ale miro yurwandi ale gambia dingla bataje mo wili jolle be kasara kam bakwe na funding kewlde melmu banko la samote na senelal melbe senola emela tiyo wafino yeta lopitano to borite je musolbe fala tingto dindingol be karambung tanina wati dol ni be tambila silokan 8 o'clock 9 o'clock e ka karambun dindingde ni nyul fomo wolbe sayla wati juma foytel be study kela foybe du kontonna yalo system o nyinga atinyatala so alina nim patiol be alaje afo nyame wolle mutonyati be na de ngambulo la nyoka ntel nin na demanding be membe siri eteni la demanding yana do fanayna a janin 2026 abekela jurma baleti anni ala sonta wo jurmo mbe adama baro burukalal mbala nin mansa kunda kurum burukalal assalamu alaikum al nimbara
baraka bake
yimban kola kano wala hati wallahi no sabati je diamu tije to nyambe ka jele anna banko kanu am fankan momo be nyim jambi bisi fasu pati lonole arabe samala min dole ka banko faram ka petu ka kuntu adama baro e continue o mo nafa donc mo be na nga singa kacha nga ñoom moy nga Gambie kanante wala mo Alagie Ousainou la lon kawte non ten mo absala e fanyon din say sanji tan saba abe ñim bata ko madak no la hidol ta Gambie biri patio kala fam nte wala hido tinyala mu fanyon na le patio busin wala ñim bata ko nan kabi al se ka juro bar kunu wuraro mbari ndimma do yon kuma from the diaspora fana be wala ako ji ankul mberi sakle la ñu waten no na fenneje ngi jini ka yakon fami si true ka mo na wori ako I was watching some videos nga modoje e ka fa Amadou Sane ya lon nga yes nga lon ako ni male nga he was a former finance minister sa atla mun na treasurer na party ko na ako di new ko mbor nga mo ne I saw a video of him ya lipa daming fu kana be falade Amadou Hekatu to remind you of that September 2013 Amadou Hekatu sorry to remind you of that it's painful mbari nga fanya kunu mfamu font unti be lot nka ko he's alive ka bari yalo mo nekat la ba kay had to go to Germany pour kata surgery keje e batami laka nka ko be wala ko no nyimban ko kam nka ko na party leader ya lipa jane ya barama ya wo barama do samba ya samba mile 2 nka go research for look about solo sunday ko nyanga follow jube kay good nka there are many cases like that nyimban ko kam miliketa dino be kumbola be jamna be kumbola o fa la nyaajo to bola nka wala tina ni ko nyako on kuli kari fonyon din kay ko marata mam fonyon din no katu senu dabu si fonyon din no la me fonyon din nkantul tem fonyon din no la to patio ko no wala be lori yim patio be lori yim banko e na kelo ko ko so banko le kanandila so niti lo to ye patio lo e fay fana be mo tali ni etano bar ho be banko le batan la hani kabi ba nim be ngan sembo la nyakon kulum boy la be mo ngani akilinati nim be ngani banko topato nga samba mbe kanal la yekuma kilin fo jang ani ajaay men fo sayin ko alfal la singol le non to nyala Alagie Ousainou kam ne fa ko pati yuri bukol islam min dunta sanji keme ko mata min dunta bi albe ka nyantale bi ni mo be ka nyanta janne mo campagne manager tela ke everybody ni la mo be mo campagne manager Alagie Ousainou kam ne fo mo moy mo kilin sambana ite mi sama se rek lintile ni mo juma yak sama ne pati be tañatole andun alfalin si singo no ma bari ba mo be islam wala foka islam bi ka keta damma yata fa mamma mo wolil tin def to dekka aka nyantale hani ifan be wulale katoke islam ko mam may katoke nyami so moma fana mo alfa mo UDP ko ta katoke je ifana wuli o katoke tambir alfa kana ko alfa mi ko ka nyantale hani ila alfa min batu islam ko na bita arjana da malabita ni ma bula no ma ay sulumi tan jeli fana katoke ina ta arjana de ifana wuli katoke ni alfa mo UDP ka bati ifana wuli katoke UDP kono say alpha e minki tambi wala fo si yimba ko kanande wa ko wetam bo min to bi nimma kanande bi wallahi nta do la ko tek alpha bi so ko ni sa to kono bi yenta ikal de passo di kadi mbayal dañi ni wata mi ko te yalon ni ikam mo jara ital batam bi jar ken ni karande yalla batam bi je te yalon ni ikka kurango sang yalla batam bi yimba ko ka mo mam mo ka wandila wala fang so mbe min moldan la minna 2026 felte a sita adama baro yaro ne ko ata yim politiko ka nyim banko kan ko de ata ganje no la jang kote kay wolonne wala mu nyin suñar bambaloti wala mu nyin kartu di mo la banta mo mo kartu so jang ID card wala mu nyin kata wuli million talute ko kadi mu solela ata mo president wala yim banko kan amanya na UDP NPP mu so on tajar gabe mu solela bar kunta yabe be siarim bi abe lori wala kan kata ne kata gagné no la côté ke wala mu njin kunta ya bambaloti bari nak pour woye keno kambe dugul bele wulla ga campagne ke na keloke na UDP tondi yimban ko nyaato na fere ka fo yimban ma sakunda e wuli jang ko wulla nyaadi wala mobe carte fay supplementary elections be na in April mometa carte ke so jini mim man sañi tan se soto bari wasulla on the 5th of December wi sañi tan se soto la ta carte o ñini ni min ta tiñata ta ko ta ma ñini dal skebe doronem ni min ta fil ta do ñini dal skebe doronem carte ke so ba wulindi la 2021 ya suña 2016 to la ngalo da gagneta yes ay njam fay banko be jam fay no te Alagie Ousainou tano amal neji tade ko ala kuruya mam pare o kuruya la banko la hirota banko le wala fintindi NPP masakunda kono katuma MPP nte fa wala fundi barola masakunda kono so bi wo kuma kilo mbe wala noma momo ta carte o cinin mi masoto min ta filta min ta tiñere ta ñini ni ngale carte o fay ñu tega ñino jang kotake na wala hido diella inshallah suñaro o bantale andu suñaro la sini 2021 wo dantale min te fula janabe kala ka kekelalde bari o dantale sain so du karega mobe dani albe campagne managati ali mul makko carte o ñini ngata carte o fay nga gagné mbe ko mo kum falo carte yalo la famille na bi kamol singo fandi ka fa ambe gagné la tul gagné ta foka ba carte mo fa to gagné carte mo fa ko gagné e min yawla ka 2021 Ibrahima Silla lota ko ntol gagné ta ngamin ke ngalon ne e min ke fanal ngalon ne o te fula njana jang ko rek so mo be carte o ñini nga carte o fay nga gagné nga ram baro wulindi je nga banko lo tilew kam wala mbe na fa ni wolanten banko be tiñare ne mbe nga wala ñoy a baraka baake Alagie Suwareh alme ñawol si ala banko kan alma mo le bule singo noma nga ñim banko bo di mara jawo kono nga lo sela beto kan fonna ke ba fana si fonyo ndi normandi ka aji yam fo mi han ka be susundiro la afana si fonyo sai ha sami no be jala fana si fonyo ndi normandi ala baraka baake
abuka autograph just like that. Guy go no party leader ke karadi diamola by force.
Mbake Jenab, Deputy Party Leader, nuyu naa la bu baax a baax yaay ñëpp Honourable Alagie Suwareh nge kontong bake eni la délégation be nda dia mote jam fala bake lafta doron pour que tentule ke jay ya fenne res jang may ay tande ka fay man na doron kana ka bampu UDP ko ma wo nya bari ni fero le nata namiro to funding kel be ni kata ko men teng nyimbanko be fintilale andat be fintilale asatara mote batala kantung dunia ka tamani ferol la dunia bu ka tamani jusola aning sentiment gambe politiko dum a jama ikantel fonninke le tumi ko akamunta ko politiko mba tamande kam fawol la kunkilna ku nafale la wala dum diamo ko la ngak menka fon kam je bake biri ko dama da bir 1996 la ida pour 2016 andum wo kono le fenel cross je ina dum nita his excellency the party leader ay lahido menta kaytandi ko nana tabe menkela akamunta ko dorong ila ferolu ya wodolu ye male ñina ñanda ka fonninke lodulati ka fonninke soto banko la president yato ka keba soto banko la president yato ka muso soto je ka kew soto je na femme ñanta ka tarala wala mu ko lon kanjo male ba bulo kono la nata taw place do men si mol nafano kata manki doni cikoti manki ke ñundo lol polatna aning the mantra of one time one mission annual mantra le nata wo one time one mission no oncle amadou yafale jang niaje baro a sonta ay ñini bible man sakunda kono la ay wala men kan a manke ko la tamandiri nya wala man diay ka to lota airport do jani 2017 hakilo baka han sayin 5 o'clock 5 p.m. dala fly jita ay diamo men di tentro la karola ñine do ko men ke wo national development plan la NDP ñina fo ifinta kata wa fi banko dunya bantala ya kol men keje fo Gambia ata fon ko ñinol ni no ñankumolu be balo nale ko defnel li Gambia dun ta feneto al salon ko sembo ma wodo ko hakilo ni londo ani lanna wala wo sabra bako hansa ni wo hakilo ni wo londo ni wo lanna ni abeñin al fal bloko nale enin dunya bankolu tema wo hakilolu wo londo lu ni lanna ni foro yami bulol la wolu man fili andu imam fo wala ñine ya tunna mbiring aramboro lafta ka bo 1996 kelo me UDP londi fo kana 2016 mbira lata ko silo bula aya lonko ata bula no la ning amani ni bay bula ma sakunda ko no la ci ñina duna ay bay ji so ning ata hansa ñi dum wolon kan kilol ben bulo kolla and wolon kan non del lata la ko wala ben telephone ning kel na fala man sakunda tamandiro to telephone ning kel tala baji wala pour ngata fam fa baji ko no la je kata balu ku ñima ñi bantala bankol to ngamira ala constitutional reform agenda, ala economic reform agenda, ala comprehensive security sector reform agenda. Wonyanta kantel wasale ngan fansun kun kilna kun nafal tujenga bampu ako mga sekunda nat. Bari lata la ko kunding demande mam mankori asorola. Patiol mem man nafolo amanke ibalantale kana. Bar korda fanana dalilo lel kalo. Kiling na miro to. Ma fon sabe soto de. Bari molbe patiol ko labe ko be opposition to ifana lenyim banko kanu bakele andum mesilo menkan ilata wasilo lale bari kule be nyinin kanje na miro to bari wotatu na le manna la UDP kam bari gosi fongol ya lonne ko ta man serol be ay tandile kiskisirol ni mirolol beto ko ning banko mo lafta ay falling ibe bam plan ko ma wala mu United Democratic Party anila leadership menkata ala Ousainou Darboe so kamala ka fonninkel be dane doron katum wato mantra je alinga politiko landi kala membe kala political of identity kambulo chodi nyola kare mu nyinati nga wolandi je nga political policies and program mana ferol ni mirarol ni idealu nga wolandi tabulol kan woitande gam banko dingola kato nyinso be fon tabeta den senatal be ma no sector abunda man traba man sakunda kolla e banko nyinin kamento na overwhelming majority ma fo baro man trata ku kan tapalen na kare ke lolem bang banko la fanko marar nyalem bang lanne yala karolem bang ifindi tatam barobe men hamekan banko mul overwhelming majority adan leko iman la fay tatam la the reason is na democracy abe wikinal so ni ngata na democracy ni baro tatam la aboti nyala le ma fo ngata ngam fam fasilo kam pour ay boje barna katewlin si wolu yusunal wala ken kiloti pour nga mobali fenna me yalon ko soma sinantel be toro nyina jala fonna ngal na fat so kamala ngal ten tubake ngal jayi ila lon kan wonyina andu jikita ko abe UDP ni Gambia ko be fon ya fo nyam UDP ni Gambia na fala bakele katu abe kala modo fana nyaabo fengotile dalilol membe laari kiskisirol ni mirarol to ka je ko definitely men walanta aketa ko lampol mamanata mobe yaje nin la taka faluna me yalon mol na fala fonsi bampu ñoko male andu patio men fana o be ñaton kaya wala mu dinade ko parti di so imam mistake enate na dulal abaraka ba ke soir
ñew ma jël te ko ci lo his excellency le Ousainou Darboe joxal ma ko executive member ci fi tew yépp may nuyu Alagie Suwareh ak ñim andal may nuyu wa diaspora bi di ko tek ci lo Mbodj Seydi Kane wax ji nak du gudda parce que liñ fi taaj dafa yomba sànq bi Lamine Mané wax mu noo affaire Amadou Sané ñun lu métti rek ñu dal démb sama ko nettali maa ngi fàttaleku ñoom Fatou Camara Nogo Ndiaye ak Fatoumata Jawara Solo Sandé seen kees moo dem dañ amoon vidéo bi man seetaan naa vidéo bi li mu ñetti fan waaye am na foo xam ne su ma fa àggee dama noppi jooy fay ko Solo Sandé mi Adama Barrow fàtte te gannaaw yàlla Solo Sandé fal ko moo xëcci Darboe ndox la doon ñaan door nañ ko be mu ngi génn wàlli xom génn wàlli dunda mu ne may leen ma ndox nga la fi te min na ndox yaa nga taxaw bu tëj yaa nga fa ñu aye ko ndox mu dee ak mar lu métti la ñoom fa Camara toocoo leen soo ko seetaane seeram dafa daw si loolu lañ xuus 2016 di si xew bare na jaruta nettali ñu ñëpp xam nañ ko si loolu lañ taajee Adama Barrow Solo Sandé ba mu doon génnee réforme a taxaw mu génne electoral réforme coalition bi mu taxawee dañ sign ci agreement bi affaire réforme pour all sectors nag security secteur yëpp waaye yàlla doog Adama Barrow defu si benn ñu baax ñi mu doon liggéey mu xëy benn bés génne leen ñu toog di ko seetaan 2021 gis nañ élection bi ni mu demee ñu ne dañu sàcca te dañu sàcca parce que dañ leen yóbboon court ñu daaxa court bi throw ko out of court loolu yëpp gis nañ ko fi te loolu yëpp liggéey Adama Barrow la soo na UDP mu tiit soo na xëcci Darboe mu dee te ñoo ko taaj ma yegg Alagie Suwareh mi la ñëw tey ak ay nitam li ngeen def li ngeen war a def la dama dee wax ne genuine Gambian politician let them come on board join United Democratic Party ndax ñu forge ahead génne fi Adama Barrow we can do it if we are together jërëjëf li nga def nga waa def ak ñi nga àndal mënoo nga ko bañ a def dem taxaw sa parti boppa waa xam nga ne bon sa wéet dafa wàññeeku dangay ni sa wéet boole ko si wéetu United Democratic Party ñu am heavier weight than previously xeebuñ ko jërëjëf yaa seen nit Souleymane Sakho su ma taxaw fii di wax si sa affaire su ma yaram dafa daw parce que dama la xam bu baax dëkkoon seen kër sali kañe pour juróomi at postings ngeen jox ma néeg du ma fay luyaas sa yaay di ma rootaan ndox ma di la si gërëm Sakho Kunda yëpp nag bi nga taxaw pour organisation secteur bi nii dama si xaar suma tànki tubéy parce que man dama dee delloo taraanga duma Adama Barrow nit luñ la defal danga koo delloo doo ko fàtte jërëjëf Sakho waaye ni nga war a mel Sakho Kunda góor lañ biir Badibu la ñoo defal Sali Keña xam naa ko Sali Keña foog naa 32 banta ba la xaw ma 35 dëkk bu rëy la te Sarakunda te su si gannaaw bon li nga def ni danga ko war a def nit ki li mu war a def su ko defee dañ ko ne jërëjëf am na ñoo xam ne ñu war a def te defuñ ko bon ñooñu kenn du leen gërëm di la gërëm de sant taxawaay dëgër na jël na ko yaa dëgëral li ma wax na mooy ñëw nga United Democratic Party Lamin Mané wax na ko fi sax mu ne Aji Darboe dafa ne ku ñëw tey ak ku fi nekk 1996 ñëpp a am gan amul United Democratic Party dañ la gan gu ñëw dinañ la teral ba soo saganul sax nga raw ña nga fa fekka su ko defee su fekkee ne amuloo xel nga ne yow la fekka du yow ñu bare ñëw na ñu teg leen place boo xam ne pour teral leen rek ndax ñu toog waaye ñoom dañ ñëw ne ñoom la waaye fekka du ñoom moo waral li yëpp am waaye yow nag ni ma la gisee nii xam naa nit tuuti xam naa ne doo bëgg façon nit liggéey nga fi fekka nag pour wàccee nguur neexut ak lu nguur bon pour wàcce ko neexut lana ko wàcce tekkandiga ñu unite def suñ bopp ñu ñëpp bokk benn xalaat benn jubluwaay on the 5th December ñu bokk saani carte génne fi Adama Barrow nen leen jéem ñu ut carte ñi amu carte mun nañoo am supplémentaire nga am April ku nekk na nga seet sa carte su réeree nga am replacement ñi nga xam ne 18 years lañ am ren nañ dem uti voters card dama dee waxtu su ne UDP am nañ mbooloo waaye mbooloo mi nañ ko ëlbate ko mu nekk voters card ñu vote Aji Darboe dem State House coono gi yàgg na ne andis ba léegi ñun ñëpp soona nañ waaye moo ñu gën a soona ñun ñëpp soona nañ ñàkk nañ waaye lim si ñàkk ñun ñàkkuñ ko si lim si daj ñu nit dajuñ ko si bon lu tax ñu war koo bàyyi wéetal ko nañ leen bañ loolu dinañ def lu nekk nag pour bu UDP ñëw nekk am government waaye maa ngi other political parties let them come and join United Democratic Party so that we can have an alliance UDP-led alliance. We are the majority party in this country. Mënuñoo ñàkk fayda jël parti bu ndaw di ko jiital di bàyyi suñ party leader. We've already nominated a flag bearer. Comme que am nañ flag bearer ba pare ñii netuñ benn flag bearer yeneen parti si ñu ngi fi waaye taanaguñ flag bearer nee nañ waxante dëgg 2016 dafa métti woon dañ amoon benn rally ñu tudd xam Alagie Darboe nekk fa ñu tuddee ko Fambondi bundu mooy suñ force rally bi suñ gaa yi biñ téye suñ gaa yi force rally bundu lañ ko defee ñu tuddee ko Fambondi sa rally boobu dañ defoon statement boo xam ne dañ ooyoon all political parties ñu ñëw join United Democratic Party ñu am coalition so United Democratic Party yàgg nañoo pare pour àndaa yeneen political parties si pour génne fu nguur ñu ngi oote waat political parties sem na ngeen ñëw ñu négocier jiite Aji Darboe ngeen topp si gannaawam si kàttanu Yàlla subhanahu wa taala ñu génne fi Adama Barrow suñ ko fi génne mu toog one time strengthen dëkk bi gis nañ dëkk bi ni mel yëpp a yaaxu surtout ñun jigéen ñi nag duma koy bëgg a wax sax parce que gis ngeen ñi am doom gis ngeen lopitaan xale boo ko démba rek la lakka Adama Barrow mu ne dafa listaxaar Banjul waa listaxaaram bi na ñun waa Banjul ne jàpput parce que ñun sax-saxi Banjul lañ am kenn maam Banjul listaxaaram bi demut Adama Barrow rabi Banjul meeta la tudda jigéen la meeta ma wax la ko tey meeta xeex naa yow lakka lopitaan bi pour woon la ne li honorable ba wax dëgg la honorable ba lu mu sa wax dëgg la ma di ko gërëm di ko santa parce que ñun moom rek lay am as an MP si Banjul the whole city waaye toogul nag am nañ Tuma Njaay faw naa ñoom ñetta la waaye soo gisee ma ne moom benn la ci parti bi laa wax United Democratic Party moom la moom mooy doxal South di doxal Centre on behalf of United Democratic Party ma sis opportunité bi pour gërëm ko el ba loo musa wax dëgg la jërëjëf yàlla aate na la Adama Barrow lopitaan ba lakka na waaye maa ngi dégg ne lopitaan ba ay documents moo lakka fiches lakkoon nañ ko lakkaati nañ lopitaan ne xale yi waaye dama ne Adama li nga bañ dina am de soo fi génne dina investigate de sa papa ne du la investigate waaye ñun nag duñ ko nangu may gërëm ñëm nag Amadou Sané jërëjëf Amadou Sané dinaa la gërëm saa yi ma dama koo fàtte ko Amadou la nga bëggoon flag bearer taxaw di contester Aji Darboe ak Buri Touré yàlla mi dogal amuloo waaye danga ko fàtte jiital sa mag jiital sa mbokk jërëjëf ñun xam nañ ne UDP nga gisuloo kenn moo tax nga def loolu moo Darboe jërëjëf dama ne ñun man Saalum Saalum laa si baay ñun Saalum Saalum dañ ne soo takkee soo foree keli urus kela bu urus seen néeg ndey nga ko yóbbu pour ñu am alal waaye soo takkee xare seen néeg baay ngaa duga moo Darboe jërëjëf may gërëm Darboe Kunda famille yëpp nag parce que mënoon naa bañ a nekk jërë leen jëf Aji Darboe maa ngi laa ñaanal te coono gi yal na ko yàlla emele ren may ñaanal UDP coono gi yal na ko yàlla emele ren coono gi métti na te yàgg na waaye on the 5 December inshallah ba si samedi laa tombé yal nañ ne wii United Democratic Party jërë leen jëf.
Thank you for that emotional speech.
Organizing Secretary Abaraka and being the moderator also. Kuma Secka can deputy appreciate Aji Yam Secka and all other National Executive Committee members Nyol Bijanto, Mboy Sedi Khan, and the diaspora community, Melbe Maber in Janto. Of course, among the diaspora community, family members, ko Aji Yam Secka, na brother, Dr. Darboe, na Alkafakatam na Kalifoti, and of course, na Suti Ofang, Mbaba, na Mukunda Darboe Dinding, afana Bijantole, ka appreciate. And to say, Fatu Kamara, ne kilin ne Sute Musol Kono, nyang kaf kalan kereng me al kaf tata janto nyang kaf barakama nyang jike kafo be konton na ilataro nyang kafo kono atata nyaton kol kono janto jikolo wote ba musolu italie fem muta hanata tlunkolo alaka barko ka jetole surtout ko kendo ni appreciate ni ala presence appreciate ni welcome kada Alagie Suwareh kan with the rest of the team afala le albi simla bare koku sababu bala ko ni soro fay ab ka yoma yobe dulale to jio Suleiman Saho na National Organizing Secretary Nol Sotle Nun Janto Wat Janla Bari National Organizing Secretary me alam ka fa abe bulala presidential aspirants nol noma ke kachandi ke convince la presidential aspirations nol pour ya jolong yana kaf UDP lema nin haklo mambo ngamira a flotte telela and then hopefully ko Alagie Suwareh fo ngamen fala kuma kono ko mo catalyst lati ko magnetic lati ka foko this will not be the only occasion ibe mo magnetize la nyam kanat UDP and be kellen la congratulations and I prove to the world to UDP ka foko position me leftala as organizing sector you deserve it because I mean ka wolo selfless service to the party. I mean in ka wolo party ideals, ala ideas, ala policies, ala programs, ala philosophy ye promote, ye mo londi alanda. For ye Sunday, ye kafunang UDP ma. Ko la mini ya fanya ko ngam menka ko nimmo kuto nata UDP. Melby of 1996. Ini bela kanya Aji Yam Secka as deputy party leader ina kanya ta jele kayak misal muslim ya dinola yes yemen fanan keteng misalo muslim ya dinolte ma fa ko memman ta UDP te mun kafirolte de mo fo de bar ka political conversion woni dino ma wa man kaf ke mare manke dina dunketa manke klente bar ka mo convert na from another political party to UDP hanbi a misal killing lomo. So, Elado Konyang appreciate, and we thank you for it, and we want to urge you, Gafuko, the 10 months meant to Tajeto, 10 months, 4 days, because the 5th day will be the election day. In 10 days, 10 months meant to Tajeto, you will have many, many more conversions to United Democratic Party. Ko Alagie Afanyameng, not for the love of UDP, but for the love of the country. Ako, 2026 is not a year to love or to hate UDP. It's a year to love Gambia. Anyone, Mayor Lonkafoko, you kuke, or a stepster, Mayor Lonkafoko, Imantra Gambia la favor to, you are really being a disservice to the Gambia. I don't alakanan do bula wo mol kono. On the 11th of December, Kabrin went to SO, and you decided you speak on our platform. Mr. Samataya, Mr. Sawaya, Gak, of course. And from there along, my indication soto. Ila thinking Benjamin, ila direction Benjamin. And today, we are seeing the ultimate declaration of your intentions. You are welcome to UDP. You are welcome to UDP. Yeah, memfo elanye bukoto. I'm happy Kafukangala Refanajijanto. Kafuka is the chairman of our policy committee, that I'm sure this will be a very valuable addition to some of your thoughts. Just browsing through it, I see something on animal husbandry. I see something on fisheries. I see something on poultry. I see something on rice processing. I see something on education, how we should go. The impact of agriculture on the various sectors, I see them there. So a great deal of thought must have gone into this. And I believe together with what we have in our 5-point agenda, in our little yellow book, will really be the platform Gambia to take off Bekaladami. But we can have all these good ideas. We can have all the solutions thought out in print, but the implementation or the realization of those thoughts, the implementation of the methods can only follow a victory at the polls. Because these ideas, as an opposition party, you might not be able to implement them. Governments might be able to take ideas from it and use them. But for you as a party, you have to be in charge of the affairs of the state, And then you have the control. It's your ideas. Atele mirala. Atamandrenya besono altele. So what I think, any first step to come to give your support to UDP, that is a gigantic step towards the realization of these objectives. And B, many opportunity tala. Kavako, political pundits, Bavon Kavako UDP, there cannot be a successful or viable coalition without UDP. If you accept that reality, please, let us forget about our individual parties. Let us come together. Because, to be quite candid, UDP is the only, only, but so far, for the time being, it is the only credible vehicle. There can be a change of government in this country. And when you have a change of government, then you change the systems. And the changing of those systems, is manifested in our 5-point agenda, is manifested in our program of the Gambia you want. I think we already have paper 1 and paper 2, Larry, I believe so. Huh? Yeah. That is how we knew that we had na banko nyimba fali nola. Ko nga bondi UDP leading. And when I say probably Mr. Darboe as the president is secondary objective is knowing the transient nature of human being. 2 days ago, Namoyle Dol Bafanka Kang, Ayo Dole Fasar Kang, Rahman Surat Rahman Kono, government Kulusi Fanin. So, wo, Yaji Tanikavako, no man lives here permanently. Before December 2025, Mandwala, Momo Mandwala, UDP Kono. UDP kono ngolo na momo mandial fem fana lafta gama momo mandwal but 5th of December ala sa kelo kaf konte tarla janto but UDP be tarla janto le adu UDP be tarla janto le UDP le bina mo ko tan tala kaf ko nyina be kala a substitute flag bearer ba Mr. Darboe ala ya lak noki wala mamandwala wala nan ko the second kaf ko Mr. Darboe ke president is second but the UDP to lead is the primary objective and that is what we all believe in. So, Mr. Suwareh, welcome. Now, doko nying alnga dengala ngaka ngani akilinti. Ndesan week before last ndoma do karamo sedi fatajo ikaba kurudin kama mvaka holie ho belebe nala nga holie ho nga selendi nga samba nga ni beti parola kankarang akseleno ka sama mobe le kan nyata data ka mobe ke la mutat la ke ya fenga ya holie ho ya selende kankarang ni ya lo bunkang mbole kala Gambia ni be nga deng nga muta nga bonde abe nga bonde mbamansa kunda mbebe pala so sot la jelde but nimmenko power sharing e bole kala primary objective wala tama laf nyim banko la wallahi to place ni ngala power sharing woni ko bole kala fonko di ita mal laf banko la sem left that one place odrona and you think avoko wo place ni baso la true coalition it's not fair to the Gambian people. I think what's fair to the Gambian people is na banko bondi mo inyanta men sort la jere ale harje mena ya sort jeto. United Democratic Party will remain open to a united front of whatever description, whether you call it alliance, whether you call it coalition, whatever, but let it be a united front. We are open to it. And we say we are open to it on principles. But the whole world over, major party nying, walaka leading ke, and anybody wanting to deny United Democratic Party that you want to delegitimize our position. And what legitimization of our position, we cannot do it. Here of appeals, Kavako, in the nation's interest, yes. Everything must be done in the nation's interest. 1996, welcome for the nation's interest. I didn't hear any of them. 1996, up to April 2016. I didn't hear them. With the greatest respect, a gentleman I respect for his principle, Halifa Sallah, he stood for Gambia. And Alamolo. If those people talk for nation's interest, I can have some understanding. But post 2016 politicians telling me in the interest of the country, let us do this, I say, where were you? In 1996, in 1996, most of those people, Melam Koy Party or Lobby, they view me as the greatest patriot in this country. That I sacrifice everything, that I'm the great nationalist. Why today should we be thought of people who are pursuing selfish interest, selfish personal interest? But in 1996, I never pursued a selfish personal interest. Took the risk of facing a dictatorship, put my life at risk, put the life of my family at risk. Moya fara diamo kono janto mama sona ko even abroad nibe contribute kanan to safe. Why were they doing that state of fear? But we openly defied the dictatorship. We openly said we cannot have this type of government here. Dolbella appointments or international appointment, which I declined. International appointment, which I declined. To stay here in this country. To make sure, Kafoko, we have a system of government that serves the best interests of the people of this country. That we have in place mechanisms that will protect our resources, that we have in offices men of integrity, men who think of the Gambia, men who come out with policies, and that is why Amadou Sane, during his tenure as Minister of Finance, inflation was reducing, waste was cutting, wastage cut labedo. To the extent that Yamara Kavoka blow jatale, to the extent that he's denying people Jews. He was not denying people that we are Jews, but he was trying to protect the state resources and have it applied to the needs of the Gambian people. I say to all the people, Kavoka, look, I have always put the interests of this country before any other thing. That is why in 1996, when all of you decided not to go against Jammeh, I decided to go against him. That is why in 1996, when all of you, or probably some of you, we are just abroad and writing in the papers, not being in the ground, I stood here in Fitzgerald Street, condemned Barrow is condemned Jammeh's corruption. Kanakodota from Taiwan, $5 million stuck away in Switzerland. I condemned it. I said we must follow it up. And I produced credible evidence about it. The crude oil saga, telling our Fenkajanto. And above all, the NIA was our perpetual abode. UDP, that was our perpetual abode. We did that for the interest of this country. And we continue to do so for the interest of the country. We are not going to, we are willing to have a united front, but we are not going to listen to those people who we are not here and talking about, putting this nation's interests first. What have we been doing in the past? And this is a political season. Yeah, what I attend, Nimel Kavako winning an electable candidate, and go one day, son. Mon Melan Kavako, Kunu, Gamera, Doba, be a patina in Jungle Konobi. No Kakumafo. It just shows the lack of, principles in politics. And I'm a Disraeli disciple, former Prime Minister of UK. Benjamin Disraeli. I think he was the first Jewish Prime Minister of UK. Men must stand or fall by their principles. I'm going to continue to stand or fall by my principles, because United Democratic Party are founded on principles, and principles have been guiding us all throughout. So some of these gaseous talk, we'll hear them But certainly, we will not be bothered by them. We've seen people who have sacrificed for this country. We've seen them. We may not be in the same party with them, but those people we appreciate. When those people talk of national interest, we listen, even though we may disagree with them, but we listen to them. But those who only talk of national interest, because this is the time they feel that they can come on, them will say, no, we are not listening to you. And I want also to say, Kafoko, really, the whole over, Dunia Bekono, Party Balu, Walaka coalitions no lead. And I must say categorically, Mel Kafoko will go for a convention, not a Democratic Party, we are not going for a convention. I have had that experience. I have had that experience with NAD when it came to the nomination of flag bearer. But you let come and denied us. The biggest party denied us the flag bearership. Let me withdraw so that you can have an opportunity to do amongst yourself what you wanted to do. And we are not going to get into that situation, get to a convention level, and say we are not going to do that. We make it quite categorically clear here that mel lafta kafulamma dukaral na nanyim banko je nanyim banko bonde but mel alon kafko really ila hajo manke femfenti or ila finno manke femfen for just to sit at the table in order to get a position. No, maybe there are not people that want to talk to us. Coalitions must not be formed just because you want to share powers. Coalitions may be formed on principles, on programs. System ning abole change la. Like what we are complaining about, attestations. What we are complaining about, the inability of the Independent Electoral Commission to investigate a claimant. Whatever document you produce, you investigate and come to a rightful conclusion. These are things that we want to have in our laws. And this, not only that, but we also want to have a constitution for this country that serves all. The diaspora, the biggest contributor, that constituency contributes a lot to the economy of this country. Bokuo within the families is unrivaled. I mean, if you're a constitution donates to the president power to nominate 5 people, why don't you do away with that clause and create diaspora so that diaspora representation, you can have diaspora representation in the National Assembly. And this is what we are thinking about, United Democratic. We want the diaspora to be represented in the National Assembly so that President has power to appoint 5 nominated members. No, do away with that.